All right. Hey everyone. Topic of this video is going to be about why I think that we should um exterminate or basically get rid of basically the entire majority of the mosquito population within the planet and everything. And I know that I'm going to get a bit of people in the comments saying oh, we need mosquitoes and everything. They have a purpose in the ecosystem. More importantly, they're a food source for insects or other animals and everything. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into the quote unquote healthy substitutes for them. But anyway, let's get into it. So when you think about the most dangerous animal on Earth, some people they sometimes think sharks, snakes, lions, or maybe poisonous spiders or whatever, the smaller ones. It's not. That's not even close. The mosquito kills more humans than all other animals combined. Malaria. That's if you don't know, malaria is an infamous disease that that mosquitoes carry and everything. And when they bite humans and everything, that's how they transmit it to humans and stuff. Malaria alone claims the life of a child every 2 minutes. Dengue, dengue. I'm sorry, nobody know how to pronounce that. Is now an epidemic in over 100 countries, and diseases like Zika, chikungunya, and West Nile virus are spreading to new territories as the planet warms up more and more. This it isn't a tropical a tropical problem anymore. It's more of a global crisis migrating towards you. But here's the knot we've tied ourselves into. For decades, we've been told, don't upset nature. Everything is connected. We need everything to us, still, be alive and exist for the ecosystem to keep going and function normally as it has for thousands of years. Uh, that's the argument that's held us back. Environmentalists warn that exterminating mosquitoes could starve fish, bats, and birds. That we be committing ecological suicide. Just to save some human lives. But what if that fear is based on a myth? What if we've been confusing all mosquitoes with with only a tiny handful that, that actually causes harm? Uh, Here's the truth bomb. There are 3,500 species of mosquitoes. Only about 100 of them are vectors for human disease. The rest of them, they're just, pollinators, they feed on plants, and they rarely, if ever, touch human blood. So we're obviously not talking about wiping out all mosquitoes. We're talking about targeting the, you know, invasive disease carrying species like Aedes aegypti and Aedes albic albictipus. Um, the ones that the scientists have called the cockroaches of the mosquito world. These species didn't co-evolve with most ecosystems. They hitched rides on ships and airplanes and are now invasive in nearly every warm region on Earth. Removing them isn't breaking nature. It's often restoring it. All right, now talking up again, getting into the solutions. Let's talk about how we would really do this. The first weapon in our arsenal is nature itself, specifically a bacteria called Wolbachia. Wolbachia is a naturally occurring bacteria found in 60% of insects, but not Aedes aegypti. When scientists introduced it into male mosquitoes and released them into the wild, those males mate with with the wild females, and the eggs never hatch. It's It's a self-limiting birth control for mosquitoes. No toxins, no collateral damage, and it's species specific. But only Aedes aegypti is affected. uh, we're now scaling this with drones. Automated release systems can drop thousands of sterile males over cities in minutes, making mass eradication feasible in even the most dense, hard to reach slums. Uh, the World Mosquito Program has already shown um, that in areas where Wolbachia mosquitoes are released, the news transmission drops by up to 77%. No chemicals, no resistance, just smart biology. Regarding gene editing, uh, we didn't stop, but we didn't stop at bacteria. We're now rewriting the mosquito's own genetic code. Using CRISPR gene drives, scientists can insert a gene that causes all the offspring to be male, since only female mosquitoes bite and transmit diseases, and all male population collapses within generations. Companies like Ozectic have already released genetically modified mosquitoes in the United States and Brazil. Their engineered males carry a lethal gene that kills female offspring before they reach adulthood. In the field trials, these methods reduced have reduced target populations by over 95% without a single drop of insecticide. And unlike broad spectrum pesticides, these genetic tools don't harm bees, butterflies, or any other beneficial insect to them in regards to the ecosystem. All right. Here's the topic of starving them. Here's a surprising fact: only female mosquitoes drink blood, as we mentioned before, and only when they're reproducing. Both males and females actually need sugar for energy to fly and mate. Recent research has identified the specific flowering plants that disease-carrying mosquitoes prefer. By strategically removing or replacing these quote unquote fuel stations within 500 meters of high risk areas, we can literally starve them out. This isn't about clear cutting forests, it's about removing invasive ornamental plants that Ade- the Aedes species favor, and replacing them with plants that attract their natural predators instead. It's like urban planting meeting estomology, and it's 100% chemical free. All right, now getting into the healthy substitute for the predators who eat mosquitoes to survive. So obviously, the here's the $1 million question. If we remove mosquitoes, what is going to happen to all the things and insects that consume them? All right, let's be clear. Bats eat mosquitoes, but a single bat can eat 1,000 insects per hour, and only about 1% of those are mosquitoes. The rest are moths, beetles, and midges. Birds, frogs, and fish are generalist feeders. They don't have a mosquito-only diet. When mosquitoes decline, they simply switch to another abundant flying insects that occupy the same ecological niche, like non-biting midges and crane flies. And here's the kicker: many of the predators that we worry about, like dragonfly nymphs and diving beetles, they actually prefer native insect larvae over invasive Aedes larvae anyway. Aedes. That's a hard. Yeah, I don't really know how to pronounce that. Um, Studies have shown that predaceous diving beetles are voracious predators of Aedes aegypti, the larvae, and they actually reduce their feeding uh, on native species when given a choice. Removing the invasive mosquito doesn't starve the beetle. It gives it more time to it will eat what it naturally evolved with. All right, getting into the replacement prey, the healthy substitute that I mentioned. Um, we don't have to chance it. We can actively find substitutes for the predators and that actively eat them. Ecologists, ecolo, eco, ecologists are now exploring the introduction of non-biting midges, which are tiny flies that look and taste like mosquitoes to predators but don't bite and carry disease. Um, these midges are already naturally present in most aquatic ecosystems. By boosting their populations, we ensure that fish, frogs, and bats have plenty to eat, while we simultaneously crash the disease vector mosquitoes. It's a win-win. The predators stay fed, the ecosystem remains stable, and the disease cycle is broken. And the best part, as we kill off invasive mosquitoes, the natural predators that already live there will shift to eating the midges, the midges, or however you say it. The food web doesn't collapse; it just upgrades to a disease-free menu. All right, now getting into the conclusion and call to action. Let's step back and look at the big picture. The world has already cut malaria deaths by over 60% since the year 2000. We have the tools, we have the science, and now we have the ecological understanding to do it without breaking nature. The old approach, blanket pesticide spraying, was a sledgehammer. It killed bees and butterflies and birds. It caused resistance and it was unsustainable. This new approach is a scalpel. We target only the invasive disease spreaders. We use bacteria, genetics, and habitat design. We replace them with harmless midges, and we let nature's predators do the rest. All right, final verdict. The extinction of Aedes aegypti and Aedes albictipus would not be an ecological disaster. It would be a humanitarian triumph. There is there is no animal that relies solely on mosquitoes for survival. No bats, no birds, not fish. They are generalists, and they will thrive on the midges and other insects that take the mosquito's place. We can we can save 500,000 children a year. We can stop denuge from spreading to your hometown, and we can do it without having to poison the planet or starving the creatures that inhabit it. All right, getting into the call to action. So this isn't science fiction. This is all happening right now in labs and communities around the world, but it obviously needs functioning political will and public support. So, the next time you hear that buzz in your ear, remember, it's not just annoying, it's a warning. And it's a warning that we all, finally have the tools, the tools to answer. All right, that's it. Thanks for watching.